Okay, students, if you are not present when we are going over this part of our lesson, please watch this video. We're on page 292, and we are graphing using transformations. Specify which transformation you use. Okay, so on this one, if you want, you can graph like your original proportional relationship line of y equals x, but you don't have to. So let's not and see if we can do this. So where is our y-intercept going to be? Going to be at 0, 5, or a positive 5. The y-intercept, this is our starting point. That's what that number is going to tell you. So our coordinates would be 0, 5. So now we're going to take 1/2 of as our slope and 5 as our starting point. So we already did that. We got that. We're done with that part. So now we're going to go up 1 over 2, rise over run. So always be sure and look at your axes and see how they're counting. So they're counting by twos, but there is a spot, there is a grid line between each one. So we can count each grid line as one. So I've got a positive slope, 1 over 2. So I'm going to rise 1 and run 2, and that's going to put me right there. I'm going to rise 1 and run 2 and put me right there. Rise 1, run 2. I should have showed it that first time. And then rise 1, run 2. So there's several points. So let me graph my line now. I'm not graphing on the stair steps, I'm graphing on the line or on the coordinate dots to get my line. Okay, that's pretty close. So that puts me through 0, 5 with a slope of 1 over 2. So that's what my line is going to look like. Now, specify which transformations we used. Well, we dilated a slope of 1 to be a slope of 1/2, and then we translated up 5. So those are the two transformations that we used. Okay, so let's look at this one. So what is our y-intercept? I want you to think about it for just a second. Our starting point, okay, is 0, -3. And the name of it tells you we need a y. So our x will always be 0. So 0, -3 would put us right there. So that's where we're going to start. Now, what's our slope? 3 over 2. So I'm going to rise 3 and run 2. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. There's 4 points. So now let me connect them. Okay, there we go. So we have our slope of 3 over 2, our y-intercept of 0, -3. That's not so bad, is it? Okay, let's do another one. Now we're going to create a table of values, a graph, and an equation to represent the description. Okay, the value of y is 5 more than the value of y is 5 more than 3x. Okay, so we're always going to have a y equals. So the value of y is going to be over here. Is 5 more than 3x? See that? The value of 5, or we could say y equals 5 more than 3x. So we've got 5 more than 3x. So let's graph that. So where's our y-intercept going to be? 0, 5. Now, what is my slope? 3. So I'll rise 3, run 1. I'm going to rise 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, run. Run 1. Now look, I'm out of room. So what can I do? I have a positive slope. What if I went down 3 and to the left 1? Negative divided by negative is a positive. So that's still going to be my 3/1 slope. So I can go down 3, 1, 2, 3, to the left 1. Down 3, 1, 2, 3, to the left 1. Down 3, 1, 2, 3, to the left 1. So there's my line. And I'm going to connect the dots and graph it if I can get my ruler to cooperate. Okay, there we go. Now, how do I make an X and Y table? All I need to do is find 3 of my coordinate points. So I already know that 0, 5 is one of them because we graphed our y-intercept. So what's another one? Well, it looks like we have 2, 8. Okay. I'm sorry, that should be 1. 1, 8. This 2 should be right here. The printing is just off a little bit because we need a slope of 3. So when we add 3, we're going to get 8. And then when we go up 1 to our next point, we need a rise over our run. So this is going to need to be 3, and this is going to need to be 1. So our next point would be 211. That's the point that we ran out of room for, but it would be somewhere about right there. So let's just, for fun, go backwards. So we're going to have 0, 5, which is right there. Then we would have -1, 2. Because if I went backwards, I would subtract 1 and subtract 3. And then if I went backwards, I would subtract 1 and be at -2, and then -1, subtracting 3. Okay, let's do another one. The value, okay, the value of y. Remember, y equals something. 1 less than the opposite of x. So what's the opposite of x? -x. And 1 less than that is -1. So what's my y-intercept going to be? My starting point. 0, -1. That right there, 0, -1. What is my slope? Remember my invisible 1? So my slope is -1 over 1. So I either need to go down and to the right, or I need to go up and to the left. Whoops. If I go up and to the left, it's going to look like that. If I go down and to the right, it's going to look like that. Remember, I have a negative slope. So when I read from left to right, like this, it needs to be going down, and it is. So let's get our ruler, graph that, or connect those dots, and then fill out our table. So I know my y-intercept is 0, -1. My slope is -1. So I'm going to have 1, -2, 2, -3, because I'm going down, subtracting 1 every time, but then I'm adding 1 every time. Okay? That doesn't make sense. Talk to me about it. Watch this again. One thing that I really want you to remember that will help you with this is that going left and down is the negative direction. Going up and to the right is the positive direction. Okay? What comes next? Okay. I think I will stop this video here, and then if we end up doing this part in class, then I can record another video. But for this video, you should have these and these completed.